Yeah, this is a cry for help, please. I'm requesting conspiracy cats, can you please?
When you scroll, you see when,
including the issue of
Hey! Welcome to Arctic Reflection. Today we have a little new format on our video. We will include some known Flerfs on satellite link. But they claim that it's a balloon link. We will also do some short debunks and tip over some videos we think are worth watching.
Today's first guest is Daniel Pratt.
Again, back at everybody's favorite stalkers channel, once again, wishing a mass shooting upon my children because I have the nerve to ask if anyone on Earth can provide properly dated, provable public record that Sandy Hook Elementary School was open and running in 2012.
What are you talking about, Daniel? Schools in the United States? Has he left flat Earth? We move on to the sleeping warrior who is doing some exciting research.
What we're going to try and do is see how much pressure or how much force or whatever word it is required to how much energy can we get out of the pressure how much energy can we get out of the density disequilibrium, the relative density disequilibrium. Because if gravity is this force, and we're able to overcome this, and let's not forget, this gravitational force that isn't really a force, but you can think of it as a force, only relates to a 50 millionth of the weight of the mass.
What Sleeping Warrior came up with was pretty unclear. We'll sneak over to the Mensa girl instead.
In order for a camera to take a picture, the light has to fall onto the sensors in such a way to form an image. And in order to do that, it has to be consciously observed. It has to be observed by a conscious being. Do you see where the problem lies here? I forget how to do the intro.
I have worked as a photographer for over 30 years. And I have to admit, I don't understand what she's talking about. We let Nathan Oakley in instead of hearing what he has to say.
You don't have any scientific evidence for your presuppositional value of R. So if you have a meter and I divide that meter by 1000, you don't think that would give you millimeters? Dare anybody come to me with a model and say this model says we should see this. We have a value in meters. You're saying I divide that value to make it larger into kilometers, a larger number. Whether or not it matches your stupid little ball is inconsequential to reality. It matters not.
Nathan, again you have shown your total ignorance. But who will be surprised? Instead, we take a quick look at Nowpinion and their video, I'm a Flerf, the musical. We recommend that you look at it in its entirety. Link is in the description.
Red pill? What's that? Everything makes sense cause I'm a Flerfer. Gravity is just a theory. I know that the local sun is floating there just for fun, and Mr. Sensible is on that screen.
Ranty Flat Earth thinks Sleeping Warrior backstabbed him. Typically Flat Earthers. Why can't they stick together? The big problem is probably that they don't actually have any science to support their claims. Neither are any common models. Here's a piece of Ranty's video. The whole is linked in the description.
So it's now 1:45 on Friday the 14th of February, so Valentine's Day, and right here you have my conversation with Sleeping Warrior. As you can see, yesterday we had a bit of a brief conversation. We also had a conversation which involved him saying that essentially the flights were still going from book flights to go to places like in China and stuff like this, in Hong Kong and all this kind of stuff. And I said, no, they've actually put things out saying that you can't do that. So that was our conversation yesterday. Nothing at all. Now, Riley is supposed to be my best friend in this environment, my bestest friend, someone that I knew from the very beginning. Now, what happens if you've got an issue with somebody is you will address them. You will ask them about something. You will say something to them. What you won't do is go and spread rumours. That is one thing you won't do. You won't go out and make up lies or make up claims claiming that they are 100% certain about somebody, myself, claiming that I am lying, deceiving my audience. This is my friend, somebody who didn't get in touch with me to ask me outright if what he was going to try and say, or was saying about me, was actually and factually correct.
He's saying it, and you know that saying's mine. Well, Ranty says, you know, so if he says, like, I went to the shops this afternoon, you know, he says it all the time. And when I heard that guy talking and saying, you know, I was like, that's fucking Ranty on a voice changer.
We need to reconnect Sleeping Warrior and hear his opinion on this. Sleeping Warrior, what is this all about? You don't believe in virus, but Ranty does it? Or what is it? I think we have Nathan on the line too.
Like, skid through. I'm not interested in the coronavirus. I think it's a load of bullshit scaremongering to scare people into getting vaccines, maybe, or buying stuff that they wouldn't ordinarily buy, create panic to see. I think they're passing off a test as real world, and it's bullshit. That's my view. And I told Ranty, I don't agree with him. I think it's all bullshit. But Ranty's on a voice changer last night, passing off some kind of expert as some kind of journalist or whatever. And I don't know what the fuck he's playing at. He's playing funny buggers for some reason, and I don't know why.
Repeat what I said to you earlier, Anthony. This is the very reason why, hopefully temporarily, while I perceive Ranty to be doing things that I don't approve of, I don't want to get involved with him. So, as I say, that's the reason I divorced myself from him a couple of weeks ago or however long ago, because this sort of stuff, I don't need it making my blood boil when it's somebody that's effectively on my side. You know, I'd rather just divorce myself from him temporarily. Yesterday I gave him a shout out on the show. You know, great, you know, go and check out Ranty, subscribe today, and I'll just say positive things about him because I'm not being influenced by this crap. Now, based on what you told me to go and have a look at that snippet, it took me 5 seconds to recognise that it was Ranty. Literally.
I think we let these guys play on in their sandbox. Now over to YouTuber Ball Earth is bullshit. He has entered the Black Swan debate. Let's see what he has to add.
Good afternoon, people. Just down on the coast here. Just to show you how the geometric curve of the Earth is a load of nonsense. This boat here is 4 miles away. And it looks to us, with the haze and whatnot, that it's sitting on the horizon line, and that's at 4 miles. According to the Earth geometric ball calculations, the horizon should be 2.73 miles. Well, I see this boat here at 4 miles on the horizon. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pan left and bring in another boat that's 6 miles away. And that is sitting on the horizon. So there is no geometric horizon. So all these ball Earth morons that turn around and say, oh, the geometric curve of the Earth proves a ball, it's going over the horizon, that's nonsense. This boat here is 6 miles away and it's sitting on the horizon. This boat here is 4 miles away and sitting on the horizon. So again, folks, the Black Swan argument of Nathan Oakley is absolutely provable and verifiable.
No, no, no.
The Black Swan has many debunkers explained. About the horizon, Our friend Bob the Science Guy has made a very good video. Here is a short clip, link to the entire video in the description.
And that refraction is based along this curved line. And the radius of that curve, based on hundreds of thousands of measurements, is best estimated by 7/6 times r. So it's a little bit larger curve than the arc of the surface of the Earth at that point. So it's a little bit more of a gentler curve, and as a result it goes around a little further. With refraction, you would be able to see objects beyond the geometric horizon, all the way out to the apparent or optical horizon.
That's all we had to offer this time. But before we finish, we need to hear if the sleeping warrior has anything to add.
How much energy can we get out of the dumb fuck of the year on a religious fanatics YouTube channel? Basically, what can we do with this?
Don't even have the ability to comply with scientific method.
Or whatever. The pressure